Hey guys! When life happens, life happens. So, hey guys, how are you doing? Melissa Jakes here, CEO and founder of Rescue Event Planning, also known as Love Your Purple Live Events. And I want you to do me a favor, invite and share, invite and share, invite and share. I believe the share button's like right here or right over here. Either one. So let's invite and share, and then we're going to get into it. Oh, it was over here. Share is over there. All right. So I have my watch party on. All right, perfect. So if you are new, welcome, welcome, and welcome. Again, my name is Melissa Jakes, CEO and founder of Rescue Event Planning, also known as Olivia Pope Live Events. And I come to you live every Wednesday about a different event topic, either tips, strategies, ideas, all the jazz about events. And so tonight, we wanted to talk about the 5 love languages for events, right? Yes, I know there's a book about 5 love languages, but the 5 love languages for events. So when you think about the 5 love languages, right, it tells you about like words of affirmations, gifts of words of affirmation. Oh, I'm slipping my boy, and I had to study this before I got married too. So anywho, but you have the gifts, acts of kindness, all of those type of things that you need or that different people have as their love languages, right? And so what I decided to do was like those same 5 things that usually you have in a relationship with somebody, you usually are going to need some similar things for an event, because the event is like a person, but it's actually a thing that's happening, but you need these things in order for the event to happen, right? So usually you read the 5 love languages so you know what your language is, and then the person reads to know what their love language is, and then you guys kind of discuss like, well, this is my love language, and you speak to that person's love language, right? So in this instance, an event can't really speak for itself, but there are tips on how to have a successful event. So you're going to be pouring into your event these 5 different things to ensure your event is successful, so that everybody can talk about the event afterwards, or how great it was, and all the information, the content, all that stuff can happen. So our first love language for events is organization. If you don't have this, you guys, forget about it. It's not happening. Organization is key. Having your checklist, having your run a show for the event, having your countdown of items that you need to ensure that the event runs smoothly. Everything that you need for like pre-event, during the event, and post-event. Having all those things together can make sure that you have everything that you need to be done. So organization is key. You must have that. Without it, forget about it. It's not happening, right? 2 is marketing. And so you can have an event, unless you're going to sit all by yourself in your event. You need people to attend the event, right? So marketing is key. It's not just about social media, getting it on TV and radio. It's about understanding who your target audience is, and they have a love language. What appeals to them. And so understanding what your target audience is, who it is, what do they like, things that they want. If I am a first-time home buyer, key things of like the anxiety, stress-free, different workshops that will make me feel like, oh man, I'm getting really educated about being a first-time home buyer. Or if it's about a women's conference that's faith-based, what does that look like? And, what love language would it be for a female who believes in Christ? And what would I want at a conference? So those are different things that you need to think about when it comes to marketing. Press releases are good, but also, how to get out into different outlets like your vloggers, your bloggers, articles, podcasts, radio stations that may not air on like your mainstream, but there's radio stations now that can be for other different entities. So just think of everything. Campaigns. You can do a hashtag campaign where you're using a hashtag Ask Melissa Jakes, and ask people to tag or use the hashtag. Those are campaigns. A lot of you guys don't even realize you do campaigns with using the hashtag for homecoming weekend when you're gearing up, or hashtag the Oscars, hashtag hip hop awards and BET awards. You guys are already doing a campaign. You don't even realize it, right? And so utilizing that helps with marketing. Our third love language is budget. Budget is a must. Don't run away from that budget. Embrace the budget. We want to talk about budget. A lot of people are like, oh, that's the budget floating up there. I know it has to come down sometime. I'm just trying to avoid that conversation. No, come down and join the conversation. So budgets, you must set one. You must at least have an idea of what you're going to spend, what you need to spend for make the event happen, or how much you're going to spend, right? So make sure you have your budget ready to go. Our fourth love language is teams. So you cannot pull off an event without a team. Team. And just like the real love language, words of affirmation, teams need words of affirmation. So your volunteers. A lot of people beat up on volunteers a lot, right? Yeah, come volunteer. You get a shirt, you get this and that. And people forget about they're real people and they spent time volunteering for your event for free. So make sure you are giving words of affirmation. They're feeling appreciated as volunteers. And for your team, the same thing. You know, it's a long day of event. If you're doing a 2-day event, a 3-day event, you need a team to make sure it's pulled off correctly. Registration tables, greeting your guest speaker, a host, all of that type of stuff. You need a team. So that's number 4. Number 5 is one of my favorites, partnerships/sponsorships. And so they can go both ways for events, and we love them all, okay? After you have that budget that, that's floating around that you really don't want to discuss, as the budget is making its way down and you realize how much you need to pull it off, this is where sponsorships and partnerships come about so that you can alleviate some of the costs. And so you want to make sure you embrace that and really spend time on it. Sponsorships, sponsor decks, speaking to people that you know. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't know where to start with sponsorships and how to get them. There are a lot of people who are in your network already that are willing to offer things for a reduced price or items for pay. So for instance, gift bags. You might want to do a gift bag and somebody says, I want to give, gonna shut out my guy. Oh, I can't remember his name, but I met him recently and it says love anyways and shine anyways, right? And so I like all this stuff and believe anyways. Everything ends with anyways. And he has a book to go along with these, right? And so maybe, which he did do this at this event, he sponsored his book in these into the gift bags for some of their guest speakers. And so, or guest attendees, which I happen to be one. And so this is a way to show where he didn't actually pay to put these items in a bag, but these were a partnership. His business was highlighted at the event, and now everybody has his products and it's like, oh, what is this? I kind of like this. And then, people could talk to him on a one-on-one basis, right? So those are partnerships / sponsorship because you didn't have to purchase the item to put in the bag. So that alleviates cost of filling this gift bag that you want to give away, or these gift bags for like your VIPs that you need something to put in, right? So those are things that you can do for that. Of course, everybody thinks of sponsorships as somebody giving $50,000 and they're like, here's it for your event, and you put their brand all over the event along with yours. Of course, that's your traditional sponsorship, but there are different ways you can do partnerships, even with people who are workshop. If you're going to do different breakouts and having workshops, you can do that with partnerships. Hey, Melissa, I have a conference I want to do, and I want you to talk about events and how to make money from it. And so, listen, girl, my budget's like non-existent. Are you willing to do this workshop? Then you're able to sell your books at the end, right? So that's a partnership. I'm still a sponsor. In a sense, a sponsor or a partner. I'm still being featured. I'm going to be speaking. That looks good for my brand. And then at the end of it, I'm able to sell some books, right? And so that is a win-win for them. So thinking outside of the box for your partnerships and sponsorships, don't only think about, oh, I have to get Coca-Cola, I have to get Delta Airlines, I have to get Bed Bath & Beyond to be a sponsor. There's different levels of sponsorships and different things. There's also a lot of local sponsorships. There's a lot of local people who want their brand to be out there that people just don't know about. So always think outside the box and don't think that any small sponsorship is not enough, because it takes away from your main budget. That is the biggest thing. You want to keep this budget as low as possible, because at the end of the day, either it is to generate revenue or it's a wealth-based event where it's really getting more of your brand and your name out there. Okay, so you guys, those are the 5 love languages. We talked about organization, 5 love languages for events, to be clear. Organization, marketing, budget, teams, partnerships / sponsorships. Those are the 5 things you really need to make sure you have when putting on an event. It will help you a lot. One, it will help with your budget. One, it will help your marketing, keeping yourself organized. In teams, they get you happy and excited as well for your event, because you're doing all of this stuff and you're like, okay, yeah, the event is coming. But the teams get excited too, and they bring that energy. And that's the biggest thing you need when you walk into a space, is the energy is right for your event. That way, when you say you want doing this event annually or again or take it on tour, people are ready for it. They're excited and ready for it. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. You can always follow me on social media. On Instagram at rescue_events. On Twitter is the same. And here on Facebook is Rescue Event Planning LLC. And we love to work with influencers, corporations, and nonprofits as we do these type of conferences and fundraisers and benefit concerts and book launches and book tours. We love to help influencers really get their brand out there. So if that is you, yes, I'm talking to you. We're talking right to each other, right? I want you to send me a message here on Facebook so we can start chatting. Let's chat. And if you don't want to send me a message, but you want to send me an email, that is totally fine. rescueeventplanning@gmail.com. But let's talk. Let's get that conversation going. I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube.